First thing I'm going to do is put linseed oil all over this canvas. It don't take very much. A couple of drops. I'll dip the tip down into just a little bit of oil. I'm going to shake it off. Very, very little. Start at the top. Start pulling it down. Really hard. A lot of firm pressure. Before I pick up any more oil, I want to make sure all the oil that I got in the brush has been pulled out. If you put too thick of a layer on, your painting will just run after you're finished. I've done it. And tonight we're using canvas instead of canvas board, so I don't really have to worry about it soaking up too much. And yes, this is another paint over. I've done a painting a while back, and after looking at it, I noticed I missed a million things on it. Right now I'm adding a little bit more to my brush. Just want to start pulling that down. Each time you're adding very, very, very little. And once again, I'm trying to pull any of that heavy oil as far down as I can. I think this time I can make it all the way to the bottom without adding any more. But when I get finished, to check myself, I'm going to look right down the side of it, straight across it. And everything that's shiny is wet, and everything that's dry is dry. You'll be able to see those spots. Even if it looks shiny looking straight at it, look down the side. I catch myself all the time missing spots all over the canvas that ain't wet. And this is the same kind of style that Bob Ross did. It's just he did all this before the show started because it takes so long. And he only had 30 minutes. Right. I'm gonna look down the side of it. always look down the side. Especially on the black canvas, because it shines so much, you just miss those little spots. Alright. So I'm going to read the comments for a minute if anybody has any questions. Who all is in here tonight? Any of my moderators? Robert, Paul, thank y'all for coming in. I'm doing oil painting tonight. I've never done one orange, but this one's gonna have a lot of orange. For the sky. I've used orange, but not in the sky. I'm sorry guys, I ain't got my glasses on. That thing is moving way too fast for me to read. Holy crap. I missed whoever's comment that was. Peace Agent. How's it going? Alright. So I'm gonna mix up a little bit of Alizar red and some cad yellow. Very small amount. Yeah, because we don't have like normally I put magic white on the canvas, but on the white canvas you want to use that dark for those shades. And every color you put up there stays the color you put up there. It doesn't mix. I know that's what I was gonna read that is. And I really want this to be a little bit to the red side. Normally I don't mix my paints all the way because we're doing a marble effect, but this time this one needs to be mixed all the way. So to find my little knife. There it is. So I'm gonna start off with 50-50 mix. See what color that gives me. And then I'll decide if I need to go red or yellow. Now make sure to pick up that paint and flip it. A little bit more yellow. Oh yeah, I think that'll work. knife off. So this time I want to paint something. Well, I'm going to paint a house or shack, whatever you want to call it. But I want the sun to be shining right behind it, right down the side of it. And I want it to be really, really bright. So I'm going to start off with my, well, I'll use the 1 inch. That'll be all right. I'm going to tap just very little color. It doesn't take a whole lot. You put a whole lot of paint up here and you'll be blending forever. Let's see. Maybe about, yeah, right in here. And just with small X's, I'm going to scratch this in. I'm going to cover up a lot of this, but it needs to be back there. I'll get a little bit more color. You know, just in spots. Put some marks, then come back and blend these down. You know, way back there, all those clouds are bunched up, but as I get closer to you, which is up here, they should start getting more visible, a little bigger. Alright. Just in a couple of spots, because we're going to mix a little yellow and some blue right in here. That'll work. Make sure your brush is clean and dry. If you're beating it on the post and you're still seeing stuff come off the end of it, which you can see the little mist, you just gotta keep beating it until you don't see it. All right. Now I'm gonna go right into the cad yellow. Just get a little bit of color. Everything is very, very little color because you can always add more if you need more color. It's hard to get off. All right, so right down here, just a few indications. Some yellows. Remember, we're going to come back in a minute and blend this. Right now, just putting some color up here. And it's going to look green because of the black, but it'll come out. We'll put some white clouds up here. Alright, let's start right about there and go into some blue. And I think we'll use Petalio blue. It's a nice bright blue. We'll get some green colors in there. I think I might put some red too. Alright, that'll work. Right, now we got some color up there. Alright, I'll get my blending brush. Right down here, just want to really soften these colors. Pick up all that heavy paint using small X's. Work it till the orange and the black just go right together. You can't see no line. Make it really, really soft. Let all those colors just mix. I'll come back in a minute, add some white, put some clouds in it. All those colors will make sense. Alright. Now we'll take a little bit, I guess, a nice stiff fan brush. A couple laying right here. There's one. Go right into the titanium white. Once again, very, very little color. Just working it back and forth on the fan brush. I want to go up here. First thing I'm going to do is just put a little color for where I want my light to come from. I'll blend this out some more in just a second. A lot of that's going to get covered up. Alright, with the blending brush, just drag it across, pick up that heavy paint, start blending it. Alright, go back, get a little more paint. Remember, very, very little color now, just a couple of hairs. You want the brightest to be right there in that center. We'll come back and blend all these. And if we need to add more white to the center, which I might, because I do want it to be the brightest. We'll just see how after we blend all this, we'll see how it looks. Come back, load up the brush. I'm just scratching it with a couple of hairs. I don't want to put too much color up here. It just won't look right. It'll be hard blending it down. It'll be all one color. Like I said, as we get closer, we gotta start making these lines bigger. Always remember that your horizon is going to be the furthest away from you, which is wherever you're starting from. So this is the closest spot. That's the furthest spot. And on land, that would be the furthest away. And right here would be the closest to you. Won't just come off looking like there's just light hitting right on the tips of these clouds. So, small X's until you get up here to this bigger X's. Make sure you got plenty of color. Go back into the titanium white. And we blend this, we'll get all those blue colors. Will pop out in a second. Alright. So we don't want to destroy what we put up there. We want to keep all those bright spots. We just want to blend it in a little bit. I appreciate all y'all coming to watch. Soon, I'm going to get to show people around my hometown how to paint. We're going to do like a paint class once a week. A friend of mine is setting it up for me, which I thought was really, really nice of him. Alright. With the same thing, small X's. Just start softly, soft. 3 hairs and some air. Small X's, small X's. Everything is small X's. It'll build the sky for you. You ain't got to work too hard for it. Your arm will be tired. You get beautiful, beautiful skies. Rub on this a little bit, but it mixes with some of that blue. Alright, lightly go right over it. Very, very light. I'm just dragging the brush, no pressure, just letting it fall behind my hand. If you put any pressure, you'll destroy it. Yes, yes, yes. I've only been painting for about 1.5 years, and I've watched them all my life. It was just kind of a miracle that I even started. But now I love it, and I want to show other people they can do it too. All right. I think I'll leave that just like that. But I am going to brighten up that center a little bit. I'm going to put the edge of the back of this house right on it. Let me go back to the fan brush. That ain't gonna work. It didn't want to come off that little brush. All right. Put just a little bit more right in the center. Always clean your brush before you go back into the center. That way you don't put no dirty color in it. All right, that'll work. Oh, and before we put the house up, we need to go ahead and put some water in here. We're going to have it coming from way back there in the back, all the way around the house. If it works out right, I hope. Alright, small X's. Very lightly. If you rub on it too much, all your light will go away. Alright, that'll work. Go back into alright, let's get some of that orange color. Put some down here in the water. Remember, very little color, always, 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 always. When we go to blend it, we want to be able to blend it out soft. If you put a lot of paint up there, you blend forever. And plus, real far back there in the back, it should be really, really light orange. And then as you get closer, it should get darker in value. And here I want to pull always pull your water line straight. Let me get some of that paint right out of there. That's alright, we'll make that a light source. We'll put some white right on top of that spot. Alright, tap a little more color, just to brighten it up right here. Oh, we're going to cover up all that over there. I'm not worried too much about it. Alright. Really pushing as much of that color off as I can. A little bit more. Right there. That'll work. Clean the brush. Alright, now I'm going to go into the cad yellow. Put the same colors in the sky, in the water. Maybe, if I can do it, I might put a couple of ducks in this one if it looks right. Alright. Remember, we're just putting some color up here. Very little. In a minute, I'm going to pull all these lines straight. Alright. And then we'll put some blue right here on this end. Clean the brush. And could you imagine if you put a lot of paint on there, how much paint you'd be losing? Trust me, these tubes of oil are more than a quart of oil for your car. Alright. Batalio blue. And we'll pull some reflections off these colors is why we're putting them in. Very little color. cover up most of that, but it's all right. Alright, now we're going to come back and blend those colors soft. Thank y'all for coming to watch. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, I'm going to stop in just a second. And this picks up any heavy paint, so when we put another layer on top of it, it'll stick. There we go. Alright, that'll work. Alright, we'll come back, add just a little bit of light to that. Everything's about playing dark against light, dark against light. I'm hoping those colors will make this little country cabin pop out. Make it look more like a hunting lodge. Or a really nice vacation lodge. No, I'm like Bob. I'm not that big. I'm not that good of a builder. Alright. So, just like in the sky, needs something to show a bit of light. Or right here, where it would be reflecting. As we get closer, these lines should just be straight. This is going to be a huge lake. Really, really far back there. Come back, get a little more color. Remember now, just a couple of hairs, 3 hairs. No, this right here, we're going to where the land is going to be. And the edge of that house is going to be right there. I hope. We'll see if I get it right. All right, let's clean the brush. And I don't know about y'all, but I love it. But I usually feel that way. Even if somebody don't like it, I like it. I need to clean this brush. Make sure you go up there with a clean, dry brush. Because we got linseed oil on it, if that mineral spirit gets on there, it'll cause a violent reaction. And Bob does teach you a way to use that to your advantage, but not on this one. All right. Softly. Remember, don't want to destroy. Just soften. Towards the outside, you can rub it in a little bit more. I'm really pushing a little bit harder up here. I need that white to change the color. Alright, that works for me. I might come back later on and put some more highlights. That's a good start. Let me soften this back here a little bit more. Alright. So now I'm ready to get started on this little building. I've had it in my head all day. Time to get it out. First thing I'm gonna do is get some brown, Van Dyke brown. Flatten the paint out, get a little roll, and start shaping this. I'll tell you what, just to make it a little easier for y'all. Alright, so before we start, we'll just scrape out, and Bob done this all the time too, to get rid of any heavy paint. Let's just scrape out. The heavy paint. That'll kind of give us an idea. like I said, I want to use the edge of this little shack right here, right on the edge of that light. Alright. So this is going to be see how I want to. Alright, that's going to be the back of a building. That's going to be the roof that we can see. Can't see the other side. And this side we can't see. Alright, put a little brown. Get a little roll of it. And start right under here. Remember, always start with one little roll of paint. You can go back and pick up more. But you put too much up there, it's just hard to work with. That's cool. I'll hit that with another color too. Right here, you want the paint to touch, not the knife. And just letting it break. Alright. For the roof, I want to make it. Here, I got this rusty color. Now I better make it black. Yep, we're gonna make it black. Yep. After I get some black out. Alright. Get a little ivory black. Because it's going to be dark on this side of it. It should almost be a silhouette, but we're going to put probably a little bit more indication than I should. But I just feel like with that light coming right around that corner, it's going to give it a nice shine on the backside. So we should be able to see a little bit of it. But we'll make the roof nice and black. Trying to get that little hang off right there. Those little things add more to your painting. Oh yeah, that'll work. And I'm going to put a really nice chimney on this one. Just going back and really putting a little texture on there. Alright, so the chimney I'm going to put on is going to fall right through here somewhere. Alright. Let me see. We'll mix up a little black and white. Make a dark gray. Maybe add just a little bit of blue to it. Yeah, that'll work. We'll take a liner brush and come back and make that a little bit darker. Come in black. Yeah, we'll take the liner brush and make this fill in for the rocks. Take a little color. I use the small side. Right here we're just filling in color. The picture I was looking at, the old house, it looked like they just stacked rocks up. So that's what I want to make it look like. Hopefully I can make it look like. All right, to make this look rounded, I'm just going to bring it down a little further right here in the center. All right. Go right down that edge. All right. Now we're going to start working on the front of it. Let's see. Go back to the Van Dyke Brown. Let me go ahead and scratch out kind of what's taking here. Oh yeah, nice size house too. Alright, So we're going to see the eave on this side. So I'll go ahead and take a little bit of black. Put it in. Alright, that'll work. Over here, just gonna mark the roof. Right about right there. And across there. Just like that. And let's start laying some boards down. Go back to Van Dyke Brown. And you want to kind of do this part heavy, because in a minute we're going to come back with highlight just a little bit, and it'll catch all those heavy spots. Very light. Like I said, don't want the knife to touch. Just that little roll of paint. And if you do that, it'll put it on kind of heavy. And that's what you want. Just let it take off whatever it wants. And you ain't gotta fill up everything. Some of those spots you can leave in it. Actually looks good. Makes it look more like old wood. Alright. Alright, so right here on this corner, I'm gonna add a little bit of black. Just so we got a defined corner. And since this is on, should be the shadow side, we won't see a whole bunch of detail. Shouldn't, but I'm gonna put a little bit. Alright. I'm gonna pull that down just a little bit further. Right here. Alright, that'll work. What do I do next? Alright, so we'll get some what color? Oh yeah, that'll work. Put some Indian yellow. And that way when we come back across it with the white, we'll get some yellow tones. So very lightly, very lightly. Just one touch and softly let it hit a couple of those spots. Just let it touch the paint and pull off whatever it wants. But if you apply any pressure, it'll smash it. I might just leave it just like this instead of putting a white on it. We'll put some boards in it though. That'll make it look good. Remember, don't let the knife touch. Just that little roll of paint. And a little bit right there. Then we'll put him a door. Oh man, you'll be able to rub this one. It's gonna have a lot of texture in it. A lot. Alright. On the back side, I'm gonna put black, and then I'll hit it with just a little bit of the other. A little black and brown actually. Alright, that'll work. And a very small amount. That's about it. Alright, so we'll use white, or we could scratch it in. Actually, because it's a black canvas, you could scratch the boards right into it. I may have to use the white. I know on the what am I trying to say? On the canvas board, it scratches in real easy. I'll soften that up some. So I'll put some color up here and then we'll go over it lightly with my brush. Very, very lightly. Looks like I'm going to have to add me some thinner to it. Don't want to though. Do it there. Alright, couple back here. I know what the problem is, I just don't want to add no thinner to it. Not yet. I'll mix a little bit of linseed oil with it. That'll work. Always, thin paint sticks to thick paint. Always. Alright, that'll work. Let's go get the fan brush. And lightly. Actually, I think I'm going to use this other brush. Alright, just lightly pull these down. Or up, it don't matter either way. Straight lines. Light touch. Not trying to destroy it, just indicates, oh. Alright, clean the brush, do this one. Alright. Got a few gaps in that wood. Told you I wasn't a good builder. Alright, let's see. Scratch out a door, put a roof on her. Might need a couple windows in it too. Alright, take a little bit of white, go right around the edge. I said a little bit of white. We'll put a little light up there on the roof after it puts one on it. Yeah, I'm thinking I should do at least. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Go to the roof. I'm going to
Yeah.
the same red color. Just a tiny bit of black with it. Right. Just tap it and pull. Let that paint pull.
No way that nigga was serious.
Got a little heavy edge up there. There we go. A little bit right here on this edge. Good. Alright, that'll work. Like I said, just along the edge, we'll put a little bit of highlight. A little bit more right there. Alright, that'll work. Pull this into. Alright, we'll come back with a little brush, straighten that up. Alright, that'll work. And I will take a liner brush soon as I find it. Put it back here for a reason, still lost it. Alright. I'll get a little thinner, go into some black. Just twist it right onto that liner brush. Got it, just like ink, you want it really, really thin. Just start making rocks. Because it looked like they just went out in the field and or a riverbed and grabbed these rocks. Started building a chimney with it. But I like the way it looks, so that's why I'm painting it. Remember, if you don't want to come off, mix a little thinner with it. You're coming on out. And in a minute, we'll put some grass all the way up to the door, making a walkway. Got all kinds of plans for this one. Let's just see what happens. After I finish this chimney right here, I'm going to stop, take a break, talk to y'all for a minute. I'm kind of doing it as like a up and down to give it that round look. You know, and if you decide you want to try painting, you can do all these things too. Absolutely can. When Bob said you ain't got to be Michelangelo to do this, he was right. You ain't even got to have his blood in you. You can do this, I promise. Right here at the top, a little less detail, but we need that dark in there to make it finished looking like an illusion of rocks. Just want to make these edges a little rough. They had nowhere to cut them, they just had to stack them. Alright, that'll work. That will work. Now, I'm going to take my... and we'll go back to the fan brush. Let's see. You put... yeah, right there. Yep, right there. Alright, we're going to put some trees over here in this corner. Actually, I think I want to do them a little differently. Let's take a little bit of Van Dyke Brown. So this would be the land out here, way back there in the back. Oh yeah. Just trying to think of how I want the land to fall, that's all. All right. I'm just scratching in the color. That's all. Let's stop right there. That far back, I want to have a few little bitty trees. Let's see. This will work. And get some black. Very, very little color. Always very little color. And you just touch it and pull it up. These are so far back there. No detail, just indication. All right, that'll work. Come up through there. We'll put some grass right through here. Clean the brush. Yeah, we'll make this another little. Just tapping it, blending it in. Now we can come back and put some green grass over it. And we'll pull some reflections down too. All right, let's take a little bit of. Yeah, this will work. This will work. As always, just put color on the bristles. Not a whole lot of paint. Tap it. All right, that'll work. Let's pull some reflections down. Let me put a little more color on here. You can just touch it, and we'll use the big brush to pull it down. And then we'll put a water line right there. Oh, I said I was gonna stop. Let me pull this reflection down, and then I'm gonna stop for a second. I told y'all I get lost in the painting. All right, so with the dry brush, just pull straight down, straight down. All right, then go straight across it. And that is where your reflection starts to pop out. Once we put a water line on there, you'll really see it. But always pull your lines straight down and straight across. Alright. I'll put a water line on there and then we'll chit chat for a minute if anybody wants to talk. Always shake your water lines out straight. Even if you're coming down at an angle, just shake your knife straight and you'll put really good water lines in. Oh wow, I ain't had this many people watching in a long time. Thank all y'all so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to try to put a couple of ducks in this one. Alright, let's see. I also want to, if I can, I don't know if I can do it yet, but I want to try to make it a path where he has to, like his little house is on its own little island. You have to walk across a bridge to get to it. We just have to see how it all shakes out. You never know. Never know. Alright, we're going to start with now. I guess we need to start putting some land up around the house. Yep. Go back to my fan brush, a little small one. Find it again. Alright. And this time we're going to go into what color? Maybe a little Pedalio green and a tad bit of white. Oh, that's a bright green. That's going to be too green. Alright, we'll get a little sap green and put that with it. That's still too green. Alright, that'll work. No, that's more white water. Alright. Let me get some sap green up. I'm sorry, guys. That Pedalio green is just so bright when you put white with it. I want this to be a early morning or late evening. Everything's just not going to be that bright. Uh-oh. Who's in here? I heard somebody. Alright, we'll get a little sap green. got this little soft brush. So we'll mix a little sap green and cad yellow. And a little bit of yellow. Yeah, much better. Just tapping it. Alright. I know I hear somebody. Right up here. Just gonna tap in some grass. Right up against the side of the house. And all the way around. Mixed a couple of drops of linseed oil with it. That way it comes off a lot easier. Come back, add a couple of highlights to this a little bit. Hello. Alright, we'll go ahead and scratch it. Finish putting this grass in. Some more sap green. I said we'll highlight this in a minute. Alright, making a little walkway. Now I want to come down a little bit further. Just a little bit. Alright, that'll work. We'll need to make a little walkway, and then we'll put the grass up. Take a little bit of the brown. Remember, very little color now, very little. And just right at the door. Start. We'll come back in a minute and put a little white over it. Alright, I think somebody moving. Who is it? What's that? Mid? Who is that? Just using X pattern. And when we come back in a minute, that white, we'll just kind of do it in a small smile like this. And it's okay if you pull some of that color over into the brown, because in a minute we're going to highlight all of it. Alright, I think that'll be good. Alright. You don't want to blend it away too much. You want some dark spots, some light spots. And then as you get closer, you want that value to become a lot stronger. Alright, that'll work. You know what? Instead of using the white, yeah, that color works. This is like a yeah. Alright. Like I said, we're just going to use a couple of hairs on it and start making real small smiles, whenever you want to do it. You know, by doing this, it makes it look like it's got a wear in it. If you went over like this, it would look like it had heels in it. There's many different ways you can do it. You know, maybe some spots you do got some heels. You know, do all kinds of stuff. All right, and I'm gonna go back over that, blend it down just a little bit. Especially back here in the back. Don't want it that bright. Alright, that'll work. Go back to putting in some grass. And see, on this side of that little path, we can put some of this grass going over it, which pushes it right on down. Alright, that'll work. I'm gonna put a couple more spots on the other side coming over the path. Just a couple. Alright, that'll work. Alright, gotta get some time. Oh, there it is. Alright, right into the caddy. And just around this corner of the house, I'm gonna add some light. Very light touch, especially when you first come up here. After a few dabs, you can start putting a little more pressure. You'll start being able to tell. The more you paint, the more you practice, the better you get. As we get over here by the door, we'll just start doing it lighter and lighter. Really want that light to play right there where it's coming around the house. I gotta get me some more cadula. And I thought I was gonna stop and talk to y'all. Alright. Let's take that break. So what do y'all think so far? Come on, tell me what y'all think. I need to know. Thank you so much. Is it truly? Thank you so much. Mitzi McKinney. That's who was in my box. I knew it. Oil paint. I've been painting for about a year and a half now. That's what everybody keeps saying. That's what keeps me going too. No, every time I paint something, I surprise myself, so I just keep going. But I really appreciate that. Thank you. I When I first started, like this right here is a paint over. When I first started painting, I impressed myself, but after a year of painting, now I'm going back and covering those paintings up and starting over new ones. I look at those old paintings now and be like, man, I left out everything. But the more you paint, the more you practice, the better you'll get. And it helps to have somebody explain it to you. My mom's got about, I don't know, 7 or 8. That's about all the memories I want from them. Uh, yeah, I would hate for somebody to find one of those paintings and be like, "This is what you did." Yeah. So I'm in the process. I got a whole closet full of them. I brought 5 of them out the other day and painted them all black. Well, I painted 2 of them white. All right, I'm gonna show my face so we don't get no puzzle piece. That's what people have been telling me too. That some of those first paintings are probably worth keeping. But we're working it on out. We're working it on out. I think that light coming from that side looks so good. All right, let's get back started. I'll take another break in a little bit. We can chit chat. All right. Right over in here, remember, just light color. Not so much light is getting over here. And if you hit a spot, it's too bright, just tap it a couple more times. It'll lighten up for you. Alright, let's do the other side. Maybe right here on this corner bright. And then we'll go light all the way back. Because I mixed a little bit of linseed oil with it, it'll just come off. I ain't gotta press too hard. I'm gonna clean the brush off, so I'm gonna come back and tap some of the spots, lighten them up. Like I want there to be like a definite line coming across here with that light. Definitely want to darken everything up back here. The more you tap it, the greener it'll turn. Alright, that little light coming right through here. Alright, now let's put some color in the water for some reflections. So just go right underneath the bottom, touching. We'll come back with the other brush and pull them down. And then we'll put a water line and start building some more stuff. Alright, that'll work. Now see, I said I've been only painting for a year and a half, but I've been drawing all my life. I just didn't know I could paint until I got some paint. Alright, so I'm getting a soft brush. Remember, pull these lines straight down. Straight down. Light pressure. If you smash it, it'll just be one color. And the way it is right now, it looks like you got different light. Different blades of grass showing. Alright, remember, pull them straight down even if it's an angle. And then just swipe it to the left or right. Just go straight across. Always pull down and pull straight across. Light pressure. Bob would say 3 hairs and some air. Alright. And we got some reflections. Alright, let's put a little bit of a water line around it. Now, I show people this. Whenever I'm doing a water line that's coming around something, start a little bit high and then come down. I'll show you. Just shaking your knife straight out. These water lines really separate everything. Alright, that'll work. Alright, let's see. Now, instead of putting a bridge, they'll put a piece of land right through here with some flowers on it. That'll work. That'll work. So we'll start out with some, maybe a big tree too. Yeah, it needs at least one tree. So I'll just start out with the sap green, load the brush, and just start putting in some bushes, some grass, whatever you want it to be. I'm gonna add a little bit of black to that. You want your bottoms to have plenty of shadow. Go back into the sap green. I'm not cleaning the brush, just letting them mix. Now I'm just smashing that brush against there, letting letting all those colors come on out. Ooh, I got some beautiful color right here for some flowers too. No tree, no tree. I think it's a little bit better just with these. All right. You ain't gotta fill up everything. I know it looks like I did, but you'll see in a minute. Alright. So over here on this side, and I got this awesome blue color. mm. Alright, yep, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Alright, tapping plenty of color right into these bristles. Alright, then we're gonna come up here. Alright, as you get to the bottom, let that color fade. Add those dark spots. Alright, let's make another color. Take a little bit of white and some blue. No, let's do white and red first. Yeah, we'll drop it thinner with it. Oh yeah, pretty color too. Oh, we'll make it a little bit stronger. That's really, really light. Oh yeah, just like that. The harder I press, the more that white comes out of it. Alright, let's change the color again. No, we'll go back. This time we'll put some white tops right on top of that. Not cleaning the brush, just tapping right into the white. I love playing with colors, seeing what all I can create. Alright, lighter and lighter at the bottom. Alright, let's see. Clean the brush. No, actually, I'm gonna put one more right here. Just putting some color on it. We'll come back and put a brighter red right over the top. You know, just play darks against lights, darks against lights. Oh yeah. Nice. See what other colors we can make. Oh yeah, we use Indian yellow and then tap that with white and get a beautiful yellow. Remember, just getting color on the bristles, not loading up a whole lot of paint. A little bit more color on those edges. Alright, now we'll touch it with white. Oh, maybe a little more white. This will work. We're almost done. Y'all can go to bed. Once again, just tapping that white right into the tips. Now, this you have to mash a little bit harder to get that yellow to come out. But when you do, it's really pretty. Alright, that's going to do it. We're going to pull some tape off and see what it looks like. And I hope y'all liked it. I really do. Let's see here. I love taping my canvases off. I just about don't do one anymore without taping it on. I just like the border that it puts on. Alright, so what do y'all think now?